This is episode 14. I'm Mark Denny. I love movies and I'm all about the movie going experience. So much so I created a show called The Weekly Reference and The Movie Reference just so I had a place to geek out for a little bit. If you found this on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., I really appreciate you stopping by to check this out. On this week's episode, I got some trailers to talk about in Mark's Top 5, including Christie and The Rip, as well as the Super Mario Brothers little announcement for their sequel. And then I also want to talk about my 5 favorite actors currently. So let's get into it. So Mark's Top 5 for this week is covering September 8th through the 12th. I know Wake Up Dead Man has a new trailer out, and I feel like I've been talking about that movie for the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to give it a little bit of break. I love the trailer. James Gunn also has had some comments about what's happening in Man of Tomorrow, the Superman sequel, and it's exciting, but I also want to give the topic of James Gunn a little bit of a rest. I feel like I've also been talking about that for the last couple of weeks. So what I want to talk about are movies things that just weren't on my radar necessarily, and that's kind of the perspective I'm going with this week's top 5. You got Sung Blue. This is a new trailer that came out. It stars Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. This comes out December 25th of this year. I had never heard of this movie. I saw the trailer and it's about this Neil Diamond impersonator or interpreter is how they say it in the movie. I really like the chemistry between Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson from the trailer's perspective. It seems like one of those. It's based on a true story, so you use Sweet Caroline. I mean, come on, you use the right song to bring this movie all together. The only thing I didn't like was the title. I don't like Song Sung Blue. That's such a weird title. I don't know if it's a Neil Diamond track or something, or obviously I'm going to find out what it means when I watch the movie. But that's the only thing I didn't like. I think they should have stuck to Lightning and Thunder or Thunder and Lightning or whatever their group name is in the movie. But I thought it was really, I don't know. I found the warmth, the little heartwarming type of story of somebody that's trying to turn. It seems like he's trying to turn his life around, and he found solace in trying to entertain people. And so I don't know. I really liked it. I thought the trailer was really sold me on the movie, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie for sure. Next is The Rip. This is a teaser that dropped. This is for a movie that comes out in January 16th, 2026. This has an all-star cast. You got Matt Damon, you got Ben Affleck, you got Steven Yeun, you got Kyle Chandler. The cast is stacked. It looks awesome. The only thing is that it's a story that's been told time and time again. Dirty cops find money, and then the only little bit of a twist is that I don't know how they start distrusting one another. I don't know what kind of game is being played to add that intensity where trust is being questioned amongst these dirty cops. You know what I mean? Like, clearly something had them go on this journey together to build this type of trust. What's so special about this circumstance and this $20 million that they ended up finding? But Ben Affleck and Matt Damon working together, that's just something I always look forward to. Good Will Hunting, of course, and Air. Air is fantastic if you haven't watched Air. So like that's like automatic. You got me automatically. And Joe Carnahan, who did The Gray, as well as the A Team. I love the A Team. His vision of it with Bradley Cooper and Liam Neeson, I think, deserved a sequel. Unfortunately, it just didn't make enough to warrant a sequel. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trepidatious. It's a Netflix movie. It also reminded me of the other Ben Affleck All-Star movie, Triple Frontier. The one with Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaac, where they go to this country and they try to rob from the cartel, I believe, and it becomes, obviously it goes haywire because of bad decisions. But maybe there's a little something extra just because it's Ben and Matt. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next, the Christie trailer. I don't know if you've seen this one. This is that Sydney Sweeney, based on a true story about a boxer. I don't know many details. What I got is that she's a boxer, or she learns she finds her way into boxing, and she feels like that's her path. That's what I'm gathering. But also, things are not all what they seem at home. I think it's her husband or boyfriend or partner, whatever. He is her manager, but he's also kind of, I guess he's abusing her. And so there's probably, there's that side of that story too. So I don't know the story. I'm not familiar with it. All I know is that the trailer did what the trailer was supposed to do, which is sold me on this movie. This one comes out November 7th. Um, yeah, it looks intense, looks dramatic. It looks like it's going to be packed with emotion. I saw some critics' responses to it because it premiered in at TIFF, I should say, which is the Toronto International Film Festival. A lot of movies got a lot of buzz from that, and this was one of them that people were raving about. So, the trailer sold me. I'm interested. I don't know if I'll see it in theater. It'd probably be like an at-home watch, but yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Marlon Wayans does some teasing about Scary Movie 6. I think comicbooknews.com or comicbook.com asked him a question. He's promoting Him right now, which is a movie that I'm not super interested in. I saw the trailer, it looks wild, but he's out there promoting it, and they asked him, what kind of movies are they, gonna parody for Scary Movie 6. And he mentioned movies like Nope, Heretic, Sinners, Long Legs, Get Out, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and of course, Scream is probably an obvious pick. And I'm getting the vibe that they're going to do that because they're bringing back Anna Faris and Regina Hall, which is great to have the gang back together because Scary Movie was one of those movies that came out that just had an impact on my childhood, my teenage years or whatever you want to call it, my adolescent years of this movie, this very uh, out there comedy spoof of horror movies, a genre that I wasn't really into, but I found that I just was like, oh, I love the comedy aspect. I love how they're making fun of the genre. And then Scary Movie 2, of course, was one of those things that came out in my adolescence. I thought it was hilarious. Scary Movie 3, I remember having good memories with. And that core team, obviously, after Scary Movie 2 kind of went away, like the Wayans brothers and stuff like that kind of stepped away. But when you have Marlon and you have Sean and you get Anna and you Regina, there's a nostalgia factor there. You can definitely go off what Scream has done recently, right? With the legacy sequel thing of bringing back Nev Campbell and David Arquette and Courtney Cox and all that stuff. So they could do that. I was just thinking about it today. I was like, it'd be really funny because obviously the newer Screams brought in the new generation, the younger generation, right? These talented actors who are jumping into this franchise. But what if they decided, what, we're gonna find the new generation, but it's really the older generation, and they bring in like all these older actors who they plan to kill off throughout the film, of course, by parodying all these other movies. But it'd be hilarious instead of trying to find the new generation that's gonna be in the Scary Movie franchise to have all the older actors. I think I got inspired because Brian Cox did some like Uber commercial, and I happened to see it today, and I thought it was hilarious. It's like an Uber Eats commercial. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty funny. I was like, imagine like a Brian Cox or just older actors like in this movie with Marlon Wayans and Anna Faris and Regina Hall, and I'm assuming Sean Wayans, and obviously because of reboots and remakes and all that stuff and figuring out ways how to bring characters back, they can bring anyone back from the first movie or anyone back from the second movie or, whatever they choose to do. So I'm actually kind of excited. Scary Movie 6 comes out June 12th, 2026. And lastly, the Super Mario Galaxy sequel to the Super Mario Brothers. This is coming out April 2026. I'm so excited for this one because I've been watching the Super Mario Brothers movie a lot. My son loves this movie. He's a big Mario fan. This is one of the first animated movies we ever showed him at home, and he just got really into it. Mario was this guy. Yeah, he loves it, and I've watched it so many times. It's I have it memorized. It's like when I watched Shrek when I was younger. But the movie's awesome. The movie looks great. The animation is fantastic. The voice cast is great. I watched it more in Spanish than I do in English, so sometimes it's a bit of a surprise when I hear it in English. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's in English. But finally a sequel, right? And I knew it was coming. I've been waiting for something like footage and confirmation that it's actually going to come, and here it is. We got a little bit of a teaser, and I loved how the teaser looked. It looked just so beautiful, cinematic. It got the nostalgia with the music, and you see Mario sleeping under the tree, and then this gopher pops up, and it's just, and then you go over the water and stuff like that, and they made their announcement that it's going to be called the Super Mario Galaxy. And come on, I'm excited. I don't know. There's the possibilities are endless. I think they can only go up from what they built upon. I feel like the Super Mario Brothers was one of those things where we got to figure out how to marry, get kids interested, and also the adults and the nostalgia factor, and of course everyone that's a fan of Mario Brothers. You got to do this, that, and the other, and so you did it. Now it's time to build upon it and just make it better. Do just build upon and make it better. And I think they can. I think that and I feel like Mario's the fever for Mario is grown since the first movie came out. Obviously, the video games are so influential and everything like that. And then they have that park opened up in Universal Studios, which I can't wait to go one day, and I can't wait to take my son to go see it. It's gonna, yeah. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this movie. I know it's so weird to be excited for a Super Mario movie, but I really enjoyed the first one, man. It's a lot of fun. It's super short. It's cute. It's not perfect, but man, it works. That's all I can say. It works. Now I want to talk about my five favorite actors that are performing right now. These are actors that I have seen a lot of their movies, or I have a lot of their movies, and there's movies that are coming out that I'm looking forward to. Like, I'm always looking forward to whatever project they're attached to or whatever they're doing next. And that's kind of how I made this list. That's not to take away from anybody else, because I love Emma Stone and I love Emily Blunt, and uh, actors like John Bernthal and Kyle Chandler. Like, I always get, when they pop up in a movie, it's always like, wow, this movie just got elevated all of a sudden. There's a lot of talented actors out there that I really love seeing on screen or and whatnot. But these five in particular are just ones that I constantly find myself keeping an eye out for. So let's just go through it, 5 through 1. Coming in at number 5, Ryan Gosling. Crazy Stupid Love is the movie that kind of threw him on my radar. Like, I was aware of him, Notebook and a few other projects, but Crazy Stupid Love is what kind of, I was like, hey, this guy's really good, really talented, really funny, holding his own with Steve Carell, and I love Steve Carell and everything like that. And his chemistry with Emma Stone is just it's impeccable. It's amazing. La La Land and so listen. I know people go, oh, Gangster Squad. No, I didn't like that movie, but their chemistry was really great in that movie. And his upcoming movie right now is Project Hail Mary. That one comes out in March 20th, 2026, and I'm excited for that one. This recently Fall Guy, Blade Runner 2049. Like, this guy, he's just so good at picking projects that I'm interested in, and he's a great performer. He's in a new Star Wars movie. He's making a new Star Wars movie. I don't know if you guys know about it. Starfighter. And I'm excited for that one. I haven't been excited for a Star Wars movie in so long. And because he's attached, I'm even more excited for it. Like, he was brilliant casting. He's great in Barbie. He's just a great actor, man. He's just somebody that can add so much to whatever he's in, but he can also lead whatever he's in. And I love the chemistry he has with, well, not just Emma Stone, but with Emily Blunt, like in The Fall Guy. Or I just had it in my head. The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe. Like, even when he's a part of a duo, it's like, it's great. And then when he's by himself, it's great. Like, he's just somebody that is super talented, super charming. And of course, I have to hear it from my sister and my wife all the time, every time he shows up on anything. Coming at number 4, Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo has hit after hit after hit. Like, this guy, I feel like he never misses. It's so insane how he is at picking at projects, and the filmmakers that he works with. Obviously, it's a whole like group effort of like, we're gonna elevate this thing. I'm trying to think. Oh, I think Titanic is probably what kind of really threw him on my radar. Um, yeah, that's probably the one. But of course, I think Inception solidified it. But then you can't take it. You got to keep other movies in there like The Departed and Catch Me If You Can and um, uh, gosh, the Wolf of Wall Street. This guy is just so freaking talented. The Revenant, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's just so great at what he does, and I'm so excited to see him and whatever he's gonna pop up in. And next is One Battle After Another. This one comes out very soon, September 26th, 2025. I want to see it. I'm a little like, it's like 3 hours, almost 3 hours long. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was around the same mark. So, hey, doesn't matter. Get to see Leo on screen for that long. I think he's going to knock it out of the park in that movie as well. But yeah, man, this guy is just, there's no other way to say it. He's just super talented. He's great. I enjoy seeing him on screen. Even the Great Gatsby. I mean, yeah, there's the iconic gif or meme now with him raising his glass, but he's fantastic in that movie. Even though that movie's a little, well, I haven't seen it in so long, but well, I really liked that movie when I saw it. But my memory's making me think it's a little disjointed or whatever. But like, yeah, it's still a solid film. And anyways, he has a lot of projects under his belt that are just fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of some of his movies, and there's definitely movies when he was younger that I missed. I remember What's Eating Gilbert Grape, but I think there's a lot of his movies before Titanic that I haven't seen yet. And there's definitely some that I have yet to see, like Gangs of New York and things like that. But man, Leonardo, he's one talented beast. Coming at number three is Tom Cruise for me. Like I said, this is my list. But I grew up with Tom Cruise a lot. Like my mom loved Tom Cruise growing up. She still does to this day. So I watched a lot of his films. Out of everyone on this list, I probably seen more of his films than I've seen of anybody else's. So I feel like I have to put him that high because I love a lot of his movies. Like, not just I love. Like, there's just so many to pick from. And there's stuff that I just like Rain Man and like a Top Gun. Like, there's movies in the 80s that I'm familiar with that he's done. There's movies that I still need to see, like Color of Money. But there's far more movies that I've seen that I've like looked forward to, or movies that I had on VHS that now I have on 4K. Like after all these years, getting the different versions of them, like Minority Report. That's just, I love War of the Worlds and all the whole Mission Impossible franchise, Top Gun Maverick, Collateral. We need another film where he could be a villain. The Last Samurai. Like this dude is just hit after hit. Jerry Maguire. Like I if we compare this apples to oranges, the Tom Cruise list of movies that I like it probably makes him number one compared to everybody else. So I feel like, yeah, three is a pretty solid position to put him in because, yeah, I love his movies. He's got an Alejandro Inarritu project coming out in October of 2026 that I'm looking forward to. If you don't know that director, he did The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. And so I'm looking forward to a Tom Cruise Inarritu project. And yeah, like, come on. Him as Les Grossman, like, I don't know, man. Yeah, he's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. I'm sorry. Coming at number two, Denzel Washington. I've praised this man so many times. He's such a talented actor. He's somebody that just commands screen presence. I do have quite a few holes with him. Training Day, what threw him on my map, and then from there it was just kind of like going back and seeing Remember the Titans and gosh, the Book of Eli, Taking the Palin 1-2-3, Unstoppable. He's fantastic in Gladiator 2, the Equalizer franchise. Like, gosh, this dude, you can go on and on and on. And there's movies I still need to see. I still need to see Malcolm X, and I still need to see pretty much most of the Spike Lee projects that he did, including the most recent one, Highest to Lowest. But I feel like he's just somebody that and Man on Fire. I love Man on Fire. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yeah, man. So Denzel Washington, he's just tremendous actor. Um, Gosh, yeah. I look forward to everything he's a part of. And then number one, Christian Bale. Um, Christian Bale, man. Let's see here. I didn't know of him until Batman Begins. That was my first introduction to him. Then I saw The Dark Knight, but it wasn't until The Fighter. When I saw him in The Fighter, I said, huh, I really like this actor. And it made me go back, and this is back when like I think there was still a Blockbuster, but it was getting ready to close, and they were selling off their movies and stuff like that. And I went there and I picked up the Equilibrium, 310 to Yuma, American Psycho, and The Machinist. Those four movies, and The Prestige. I picked up all those movies and I watched them. And my sister and I were, she went to see The Fighter with me too, and we were both like, "Man, this guy's really good." And so we watched all five of those movies, and we're like, "Okay, I think this guy is my favorite actor." And we both kind of like have that in agreement that he's. I don't know if it's still her favorite actor, but he was, and he's still my favorite actor. And he's just somebody that I enjoy seeing on screen. I don't know what it is. The Big Short. He's fantastic in The Big Short. I was looking forward to him being in Thor: Love and Thunder, but that's not even his fault. It was whatever they were deciding to do with that movie. He was an entirely different movie, and he would have knocked it out of the park had they did something a little bit better than what they presented there. 310 to Yuma is oh god, that's one of my favorite westerns. I know it's a remake and stuff, but I love his dynamic with Russell Crowe. I think it's fantastic. American Psycho is like this. Oh my god, it's such an intense movie that it kind of makes my stomach turn every time I watch that movie. It's so weird and interesting to watch that film. The Machinist is like this deep cerebral, like this. He has insomniac, and it's like obviously it's the role that he's super famous for because he lost all that weight. But then it's his version of Batman, The Dark Knight. Like I love his version. I love the deep voice. I love everything about that. Him and Nolan's vision is just one of a kind. I love it. And then he's got a new one coming out called The Bride. This one comes out March 6, 2026. Maggie Gyllenhaal's directing it. It's a Frankenstein movie, Bride of Frankenstein movie. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one next year. And I'm looking forward to whatever he's going to do next, man. I love Christian Bale. Yeah. That's it for this week. Please like, subscribe, comment to say hi. Let me know if you're excited for anything I said in Mark's Top 5. Also, let me know who your 5 favorite actors are or whoever your favorite actor is. And until next week, are you watching closely?